Hey guys, Wins here. This video is gonna be about my CoC Assassin cospri build that I've been pushing to level 100. Now, I put a gear that is kind of realistic right now. I played around with a bunch of different variations, and we'll go over that later on the video. But I'm going to show you a map clear with the standard cospris, like CoC setup. Now, I'm not gonna wear a headhunter because I'm not gonna showcase that. I'm gonna just discuss leash because rampage buff and quantity is nice. And I use Solstice Vigil for longer headhunter buffs, longer flask, longer fortify, longer charges, longer buffs generally speaking. And it gives me a free temp chain. So normally I have temp chain, with blasphemy, but I can't use that, so I'm just wearing a recovery ward for the stats. Otherwise I can't wear my gear. Alright, so we're gonna just do a E16 Underground C with 4 sextants on it real quickly. Put like carbon draw on it. So this is a standard clear. My tree right now is not optimized. It's actually has accuracy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accuracy nodes, which you could take out and then grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life nodes, pumping it to 6k HP. And the headhunter gives you more HP too, of course, but this is more of a budget, realistic kind of gear. So the MTX is actually pretty obnoxious right now. Yeah, okay. So the idea of this build is that I want to replicate the old CoC builds, shield charge, cyclone, shield charge, cyclone, shield charge, cyclone. So I want my shield charge to proc. As you can see, my shield charge is proccing my Ice Nova on my cospris, and that's killing everything. The Ice Nova on my cospris allows my shield charge to kill everything. Well, not everything, but like most. And then me being an assassin, I will always crit at full HP. So I always get 1 Ice Nova off at least. And depending on the map mods, right? You could get some like good clear with shield charge alone. But in the T16 map is unlikely. I'm not gonna do Syndicate because I'm locking them out. They're just a bit rippy. Like I might die maybe 1 out of 100 maps, and it sets me back a lot of XP. So I'm not gonna risk it to 100 for now. So normally it does the job okay. I think it's the fortify ones that are kind of rippy. Everything else has been okay, no problem. So this is like the standard. My take on it. I think I went to like 97 with this, or 98 even with this setup. I enjoyed the setup. Like it was really good. So just shield charge, right? Desync. You can see the shield charge doing work. And note that my Pair of Ice is actually on a 4-link with spell crit, Ice Bite for frenzy charges, crit strikes, and ink AoE. So it's like a mini auto bomber kind of a clear if you get the initial kill going with your shield charge. I'm just gonna finish this map real quickly. So like this is a standard build, a standard clear, like I said. It's really good. I like that. But I played around with like different setups and they were also really good. And then later on, yesterday I moved into dual cospris because I was able to get enough accuracy and drop like Cossaday fully, and that was really interesting. Alright, so the standard setup first we're gonna just talk about is that I have Ice Nova on my cospris. I linked to double DPS gems. You get the ink AoE if you feel like Ice Nova has that much damage. And I have a pretty good helmet gem for Ice Nova. Ice Nova is very important for this build. If you guys don't know the interaction right now, in this patch, Ice Nova got buffed so that it repeats twice additional time when casting a Frostbolt, and it could expand up to 2 Frostbolt projectiles. So it will repeat the cast. So you have Frostbolt, and then you have Ice Nova on it, and then repeat again, and then that will happen to 2 Frostbolts. And that's really strong DPS because it's like 2 times the total DPS. You know, it's like a two hitting skill now if you could incorporate Frostbolt. So my chest has cast and crit, Cyclone, and Frostbolt, and another Ice Nova. So I'll be alternating between Frostbolt and Ice Nova here, and every crit on the cospris will be Ice Nova. So 1 Frostbolt, 2 Ice Nova. I have Frozen Trail, so you have 3 projectiles because you need 2 projectiles for Frostbolt, right? But I do have Dying Sun just for clear speed. I have Ink AoE and more projectiles because Frostbolt actually does good damage. Like, it does off screen too, so it does kill monsters for me, and if it kills 1 monster, it will proc my, you know, my 4-link Heart of Ice. Now this helmet enchant is useful. It's very expensive now because everybody is playing some kind of Ice Nova builds now. So it's not necessary. You could try to get some other enchants. Honestly, they could probably get like Shield Charge attack speed, Cyclone attack speed, even a Golem buff if you play with a Golem. Like anything you want, something useful, and then you could just craft that with Pristine and Frigid. Like Frigid gives you that -9 cold res, and Pristine gives you life. But that's all you're looking for really, just life, res, and minus cold res. You don't even need that. You could just use like a rare. You could use Light Poacher, Sarkonja, even the Vodos if you want to go super clear and not have life, I guess. Now the prefix here, +1 AoE gem, is useful because it gives you more AoE for your Ice Nova, more Heart of Ice. Also gives you +1 AoE gem, which affects Heart of Ice. So my Heart of Ice is 21, now it's 22, so it's pretty neat. Alright, so like I said, usually I use this one paired with the Headhunter for the buffs, but what this means is that this amulet is a free slot. You could toss in anything you honestly want here. The best DPS one obviously is Pandemonious. I don't have that right now because it's more of a boss killer for me, but Pandemonious is so good, like good DPS. It gives you dexterity for your cospris, and it gives you blind. That's like amazing defense right there. So, but it is a pretty expensive. I think they're like 6 exos right now or something like that. So it is not a budget option. So you can just toss in here whatever you want until then. Like cost today standard. You don't want to get accuracy. Has a decent amount of life, 50. I think it's 60 life total. Max rolls. And then here is the rings where you just want life, res, and craft it with minus mana cost. It does go to 9, but 9 is a 1 exalt fee, which I don't even have it unlocked right now, but I don't really need it right now. So I just did 7 and 7. And that allows my Cyclone, once I can equip it, to be free. So it costs me 0 mana, only because I have a chest here that gives you -15 total cost. Now, this is a very nice chest. This is an Astral Plate that is 6 off color. I use like 4,000 to 5,000 Jeweler Orb using the Vorici trick to get 6 off color. Then I toss it in the Vorici research. Obviously, I just wanted the guaranteed one with the flexibility of white colors. If I were to redo this chest, which I am doing right now, kinda trying to, I will probably get like 4 off color and toss it and spam Vorici research rank 3 until the reds become white. That's probably a cheaper option. You could farm in Ossuary or Foothills. And another tip, if you want to make an Astral Play 6 off color, just alt roll until you get like minus rich attributes like 32, even 18 or whatever the tier 2 is fine. Because this will allow you to get easier colors, and then I put quality here for better 6 socket and 6 linking later on, and then I'll craft the chest. So if you want to make this chest, I think that there's only 2 fossils. Serrated gives you the minus mana cost, and pristine for life. That's it. Just those two. Hold on. I think it's just two, yes. Alright, so if you're looking for attack crit chance, that's honestly it's not really required. Because you're an assassin, if you're like a scion or a different ascendancy, it'll be really huge. But as an assassin, it's not that bad. But I wanted to get a free cyclo, so I was gonna use a rare chest anyways instead of Lore Weave or Arcus Jack. So I just went for the Elder crit chance, might as well. If you don't want to be farming 6 off-color Astral Play, obviously the only reason why I have Astral is because it's 12 all res. You could use Assassin's Guard, that's 3 movement speed, Cardinal Armor for 25 mana, Occultist Vestment for 10 spell damage. You know, it's not kind of useful implicit. Even no implicit is fine, honestly. You're looking for like 3 green, 3 blue, maybe, you know, something flexibility, so it's only 3 off color at worst usually. You have a pure evasion base or pure ES base. Depends on what kind of gems you want to put in later. And then my glove is an Insanity glove. Now here's what differentiates this build from mapping and bossing. I know a lot of bossing build people, they use I think Acuities for ball pack, which is a really good idea. But I am more focused on clear speed, so my shield charge is faster with Insanity gloves. Now, so like I just want to shield charge faster, right? Get through the maps faster. So I just grab Insanity gloves, honestly. You could craft 10 AoE also prefix, which will give you the same thing as this, so you get 10 more AoE. The belt, Biscos, cooldown reduction belt, Stygian belt, Headhunter, whatever you want, doesn't matter. Belt is just whatever you prefer. And then this boot is a very hard mod to get because I'm looking for multi-modded with 2 stats only, movement speed and cooldown reduction. Because according to Reddit thread, 14% or higher is all you need. For 40% is a threshold basically for like attack speed thresholds, but I don't think it really applies too much for us regardless because we have so much attack speed, especially with Headhunter, that attack speed thresholds just go through the roof because like we can't min-max attack speed here. We're not boss killer build anyway, so there's no point really to min-max attack speed here for us. So I just want attack speed, right? More faster shield charge and all that. So I have attack speed enchant, although it's merciless. You want probably attack speed enchant here or leech enchant if you really want. Because we don't have leech in this build. What you could do is grab an Elder Ring, World Mark, multi-modded, minus mana cost, life, maybe damage, resistance, and then you could use that. But because I'm using Solstice Vigil, I am using Temp Chain for more defense. So I only have 1 curse. Another option is if you get an open prefix, unluckily I did not, you could craft additional curse for 3 exalts, and then you could wear Elder Ring and have Temp Chains, which is what I kind of want. So the only leech we get is from Aziri's Promise right now, but I'm using Vitality, using Watcher's Eye. That gives me 30 life gain hit with Vitality on. So every Cyclone hit, every Frostbolt, every Ice Nova gives me 30 life. That gives me basically almost like it feels like Ball Pack with Leech. So it gives me really a lot of life back. So it's really good sustain. The other 2 mods are useless unless you have an Aura maybe, but I don't really care for that. All your skills are free, so mana cost is not an issue, so no regen is not a problem. So what I would advise here on the boot is that if you really want a cooldown, is that if you can't get attack movement speed and cooldown, just annul until you get cooldown recovery speed only, multi-modded, and then craft movement speed. So there's a bunch of movement speed options here. They're actually all really good. Yeah, like 24 ms, which is like 6 ms away from mine. It's not like a deal breaker. Like I don't have the highest ranks here, but you could get I think this is 20 movement speed and 9 movement speed if you haven't hit bin recently. There's 29 ms in town, 29 ms when you just like dealing boss, just running around. So it's basically like 30 ms. But when you get hit, you get slowed 9% less, right? Another one is like onslaught and kill, because we don't have onslaught. We don't have a silver flask or anything. So I'm using a Abyssal. That gives me onslaught and kill. It's only 5%, but Solstice's Amulet increased the onslaught buff by 40%, I think. So it's pretty consistent once I get onslaught buff going. So you could grab onslaught and kill on the boots, or you could grab that. Another thing you could grab is cannot be chilled, because I have cannot be frozen mod. I like this mod. This allows me to drop heat flask and allow me to grab more different suffix or more unique flask. You could grab cannot be chill, because I could still be chill, which is kind of painfully slow on some maps or when I get hit by cold damage. So you could do that and cannot be frozen. So you cannot be, so you basically have dream fragment or of heat. And so speaking of flask, Dying Sun, AoE, no brainer for me. Frostbolt additional projectile is useful. Like I said, it does off screen and it does proc Heart of Ice. I have a Basalt flask here because I don't want to die. Monsters hit hard. We don't have much mitigation here besides face aggro. No, just acrobatics. You could get face aggro if you really want though. And then I have avoid being stunned with MS, more movement speed, more faster shield charge, more running speed, more second speed. Alchemist, Quicksilver of Adrenaline, more movement speed. Warding Flask, because we need a Warding Flask, because we don't have Aziri's Mirror, I guess. It's the only option. And then Aziri's Flask. Aziri's Flask is for the leech and damage and chaos res, you know. It's all really good. So if you don't use a cannot be frozen or cannot be chill boots, you will have to use a heat flask, which you probably will do heat instead of order, which is movement speed. So I basically trade the boot for 11 more movement speed and I guess avoid being stunned 50%. The tree here, like I said, is right now in POB it'll be correct for this variation. I won't have this 5 points of accuracy. It'll be towards life instead. And now I will show you real quickly the other setup. People ask me, so that's it for this build. You can end the video here if you really want. That's just a standard shield charge CoC Assassin Ice Nova Frostbolt like cost today. Now I'm gonna be talking about different variations I messed around that might have potential to grow or build around, but I didn't really feel it was good enough compared to Ice Nova and Frostbolt. I think Ice Nova Frostbolt is these two wombo combos are really good. Like it's really powerful. It's probably one of the best like CoC spells you could use in the game right now. Like there are people deleting Shaper and Uber Elder with these. It's better than this shirt now, sadly. So I tried different spells. I tried VD and Unearth. It was interesting, the VD and Unearth instead of Frostbolt and Ice Nova, right? So Unearth and VD. And obviously Unearth only creates one projectile. With this it creates three projectiles. VD consumes 3. We don't need a fourth quartz for body swap because we are not a Poet's Pen build. So it worked out okay. It does help you clear stragglers because VD gets spawns and it aims at off-screen monsters, or it lingers behind a beyond monster sometimes if you have a beyond map, but there's no down a beyond, so it's not like amazing. The single target damage is respectable, and obviously in the cospris, Ice Nova or Frostbolt alone, it's kind of weak. you could put both Ice Nova and Frostbolt here. Well, I messed around with Ice Spear instead and put GMP in there because this also benefit from projectiles, right? So I bought an additional projectile cospris, and then I put Ice Spear in here and Unearth kit. So now I have 4 corpses for Unearth, and then I used it with VD +1. So I now have 4 VD corpse. Like, it was really good. It was really fun. Like, it was really hilarious actually. Like seeing Ice Spears and like VDs just going everywhere. I can show you clear real quickly, I guess, right now with it. But the problem here though is that the problem here with Light Poacher is that your gem, you basically lost 4 link, and we're already really tight on sockets. So what I end up doing is I took out Righteous Fire because we can't really use that, sadly. Let me just put Lesser Proj in there. Another good thing about Light Poacher is that it actually kills monsters for us. So it gives me a really nice spread, and it gives me a lot of off-screen clears. It did get nerfed after Abyss ended, but with Faster Proj and GMP, it works out okay. And I have +1 pierce on the glove, so it pierces, so it's not terrible. And then I'll just keep the remaining gear the same, I believe. So no, yeah. So this one is no Ice Nova, no Frostbolt. It's Ice Spear, Unearth, Volatile Dead. It's a bit funny, and then I don't have the amulets, so I'm gonna put Hair Device on my boot instead. So basically, this build has just become a general CoC build, so you could just put any spell. You could put Arc, you could put Blade Vortex, you could put I even tried Arctic Breath into Ice Spear. The Arctic Breath Dash Shotgun. It works out really nicely too. I could probably show it in the min map real quickly. The Ice Spear, people might be wondering, isn't Ice Spear kind of bad for melee because second form never really happens? And while that's true, second form gains like 600 more crit chance. But you're an assassin, right? You're basically crit cap regardless. But Ice Spear second form has 50 crit multi, so it is better damage. But I feel like second target alone is not that bad. Alright, so just to confirm, this is VD Unearth Ice Spear. Clear. Oh, also my Light Poacher, you'll probably see me killing monsters with it. It's pretty hilarious, like I said. The Ice Spears are really fast, and the second form pierces. First form does not pierce, so it is recommended you gain. You do get pierce. At least 1 pierce, right? So yes, that's for your initial Cyclone Ice Spear pierces, so it becomes second form. Second form will off-screen for you. You might not be able to see my BD because of the MTX, so there you go. You can see it more now. Like, they are spawning, right? So and they do link around, and they do go off-screen monsters. So you can see them killing monsters, right? It's kind of nice. You know, your map clears are usually single digits now because of that. I really enjoy that aspect. And then you could try Arc instead. You could try Fireball. You could do Magmor, my favorite skill. You could even do obviously GC. Like, there's just so many options you could do. Single target is not bad. I'm pretty sure somebody could, you know, min-max this variation if they really want. And then after this one, I will be showing you my dual cosplays that I've worked out. Dual cosplays, you need accuracy, of course, because you don't like Cossaday. And it is something I've been actually enjoying more because it's a lot more fun. Because you have a lot more skills, you know, happening. So yeah, so that was a Ice Spear VD combo. So that was that. And now I'm gonna shift over my gear to the accuracy real quickly. Okay, so drop that, grab another Cosprays. What I did was I went back to Ice Nova and Frostbolt on this setup because it just felt a lot clean for 100 push. I didn't want to be too memey, right? Alright, so this one removed. So then I grabbed the Light Poacher with Ice Nova damage. I'm Ice Nova build. Faster Proj and GMP. And this one is not useful anymore. I do apologize for a very long video, but you know, you could just end it anytime you want or skip through. The downfall of dual cosplay, besides accuracy, the obvious choice, obvious reason, and problem, you lose another 3 sockets. So you lose like 4 sockets on a helmet because you want I really like Light Poacher clear. And you will see like I could clear with Leaf Slam alone basically, and you lose Immortal Call setup, which is kind of scary. So it's up to you if you really want to drop it or not, or sacrifice something else for Immortal Call setup. All right, so back to this is that so Chill Charge is obviously a no for dual. Whirling Blade, I wasn't really feeling Whirling Blade, so I used Leaf Slam. The Leaf Slam took my place. Leaf Slam is pretty sick. And then after that, what I did was obviously the gem issue is a problem. I have a bit of extra mana, so I grab a War Banner. So my accuracy is now 89. I think this one, yeah. And then I could grab a War Banner on, and then my accuracy becomes 93%. 93% is 95 is a cap, right? So 93 is pretty close to cap. Now, if you don't have accuracy, you know, rings or accuracy on your glove, and you do want accuracy, even with War Banner on, you could grab this jewel called Temper Mind, put that in this jewel slot. This one I think gives you like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 800 accuracy. So it's like one. What is it? Well, unlocated. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 8. So I don't know. It's 7 or 8. So it's 7. So it's like 700 to 800 accuracy. So you know, it gives me easily accuracy cap, no problem. So if you really want to do that, if you don't have like accuracy on your rings or your gloves. All right. So I think so I won't be using Head on Turn. I won't be using this amulet. And yeah, so take out Unearth and VD. And then what I did here was that since I have Frostbolt and Ice Nova here, I don't need a second Frostbolt here. You can if you want, but instead of that, I put Arc before. Arc was good too, but then I thought I was using Blade Vortex. Now Blade Vortex allows me to, when I Leap Slam onto a monster, it will proc one of the cosplays, it will proc Light Poacher, and then my Blade Vortex will also, you know, linger if I cyclone recently. And then that will allow me to clear paths as I move through instead of cycloning every pack. So I found that playstyle really good. Alright, so let's just quickly X this up.
The mediocre turned remarkable.
Got the good Sexton, nice.
The mediocre turned remarkable.
Alright. $81, that's okay I guess, 81. Alright, and then Harbinger. I hope I'm not missing anything here. Air Device, High Culture, Open, and Leaf Slam. Yeah, then everything is gonna be Volt Blade Vortex instead. The War Banner, okay. Here, you'll see me just Leaf Slamming. Or what's that going? I'm just Leaf Slamming, right? Like, you see me just Leaf Slamming? And it kills everything, basically. With Life Poacher, you know, it kills everything for you. Hair Device procs. Oh god. I think I messed up an elk. Then you have Frostbolt, Ice Nova going on. Now, occasionally Cyclone for rares and get some BB stacks up going. And Leaf Slam. So I feel like the setup was really solid, and once you have a Headhunter and slow stills, you're gonna see a better Leaf Slam, better clear speed, you know, better everything. Longer buffs, longer charges, longer fortify, longer flash uptime. It's just a really good amulet, I feel. Or it could go Pandemoniums, of course. And by Leaf Slamming a lot, you know, you're making sure you refresh your fortify a lot too. Alright, so this is the build I'll probably take to 100. This variation, dual wield, not like Cossaday. I thought of using like Ash Mirror for Rampage, or like a snowball effect, getting you know, a lot of lightning damage. I felt like it was really not that great, because in this boss you're gonna lose all your stacks on single target, which is what matters. White monsters, yellow monsters, you know, they all die instantly anyway. So syndicates and bosses is the only problem I have, and the stacks don't really help me if the boss is multi-phase. Sadly, Underground Sea got nerfed this patch. The boss is actually two phasing, now one phase, so you can't just go in and kill it, go out. You have to wait, and the Ash Mirror will fall off. The stacks will fall off. Another option is maybe a Zealous Amplifier for 50 AoE, up to 50 AoE, and the Zealous Oath, so you can regen some ES if you have a Headhunter or support. And I think it has a decent spell damage. So it's really up to you. You could do a multi-model shield, you could do a rare shield with non-chaos 11%. For more damage with spell damage and spell crit, life, resistance. So all in all, the tree for this one, you need some accuracy. So I grabbed precision with attack speed. So and then accuracy, and that allowed me to get 93% with War Banner on. So it's not terrible. Once I have a Headhunter on and all this good stuff, I have 6.1k HP. It's not that much. I would have preferred if I was higher 6k, but I had to drop some life nodes for accuracy nodes. You could probably drop frenzy charges, to be honest, and grab more life. Now you have more options, right? You have all these life nodes here. You have a life node here and here, so you could sacrifice life. I'm sorry, not like defense or utility or AoE. You could sacrifice some AoE, some damage nodes, some frenzy charges, and just get more life. That you could hit 7k pretty much. So all in all, this is the build that I've been playing with. I did a lot of variations. I tried a lot more different stuff, but I won't talk about in this video or show in video. I did like Fireball Fork. I did like Magma Orb. I did, you know, I did Ice Spear or Arctic Breath. So they were all nice, but I think Frostbolt Ice Nova is the king. It trumps everything, and dual wield is a lot more fun with Leaf Slam, because Leaf Slam gains additional attack speed with dual wielding, right? So it's faster, not that fast right now, but you know, it's a lot slower if you wear a shield. So I could Leaf Slam faster. Light Poacher procs, Ice Nova procs. and Blade Vortex killing, so I could just go through the map with Deep Stun basically. It was really fun, so I'll be probably trying out a new more stuff to 100, and maybe update on that once I hit 100, but for now, this is what I'll be sticking with, unless I have major issues to hit 100. And just for the information, I'm trying to hit 100 without Breach Stones because that's really boring for me, because I don't really play the build. I just like leech or just like AFK pretty much, or semi AFK, and I'm not really playing the build. I don't get to see the build in action. I don't get to see his strength and weakness, so I just want to go to 100 with this build, and we'll see in a few days if I do or not, and then I'll post the update video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry it's a long video. There were like 3 variations in this video, so to be fair, right? And I gave you some details on all the build, the guides, for the gear and options. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.